Hello, welcome to John and Braxton's tool review.
Lame tool reviews.
Lame tool reviews. So today, Braxton here bought the $30 Banks pin nailer from Harbor Freight. Now, I know what you're thinking, Harbor Freight. Meh. Yeah, so in the shack, the makerspace here in Kokomo, Indiana, where you can become a member for $35. But if you mention that you saw one of our videos, you actually get you actually can start your membership for $20 for your first month. You gotta, when you sign up, mention that you saw it on this video. So Harbor Freight gets a bad rap. I use a lot of their hand tools, lifetime warranty. So if it breaks, I just go to the store, swap it out. Now their power tools, they got their Chicago
Electric.
If you need them for like a one-off job, whatever like that, not terrible. But if you're gonna use it for more, definitely buy that 2-year warranty because they will break on you. But Harbor Freight's been stepping up their game and actually carrying a good, better, best kind of a line.
Okay.
And this is in the better because, to be honest, this is the only pin nailer they had.
Well, they had
their Harbor Freight Chicago Electric.
Yeah.
But this is much nicer.
A little upgrade.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the opening of it. Braxton's gonna show you how to use it, and then also his feelings on this pin nailer. And if it's a good addition to our tools, to our tool shops, our tool inventory, or we're just gonna return it back to Harbor Freight. And just to let you know, we're not sponsored by Banks or Harbor Freight. But if you guys want to, we are welcome to it. So let's get into this.
Well, let's get into this. I'm normally a buy once, cry once kind of tool person. I have all the DeWalt stuff. I really like it. I like Milwaukee stuff. Can't beat the quality of it for the price.
I'm a Ryobi guy.
John's a Ryobi guy.
They got all kinds of things that make things easier.
Yes.
Hey.
They have a lot more selection.
And practice, don't let Braxton lie to you. Ryobi saved the day a couple times.
That's the only thing we had.
Well, they also make tools that are...
Yes. Yes. That's true. If you really need a super specific tool, like a stump measuring tool, Ryobi, you know, they got it for you. Oh, wow.
What?
This actually looks really nice. And the blow molded case is decent. The locks work. It's packaged nice. It's already got the male air hose end.
Yeah, most
is
times you have
awesome.
to buy extra and put it on.
This is correct. Let's see what else it comes with. Looks like a new hammer. Part that drives your pin, and some Allen wrenches, which is nice. Looks like there's a lot of adjustment. Oh, that's nice.
That's a nice.
I like that.
You have pin nails?
I do have a few, yeah.
Are they close by?
They are under the router table over there, the middle router table. Very cool. So, the tip does not have any rubber or anything on it. We'll see how that affects the wood when we do our test on it. Looks like it's got an aluminum magazine, mostly. It's fairly light. It does have a safety. Let me cut this tag off. Oh, good. So, looks cool. I like doesn't have the Transformers theme going on like the all the new drills and everything. Simple. Feels good. The safety on the switch is ambidextrous. So you can have it on either side. Very neat. Found some pins. All right, if you don't know what a pinner does, oh geez, here we go. Your tiny hand. If you don't know what a pinner does, it uses 23 gauge headless pins, and people use it in woodworking and fine finish work. It helps with the shear strength of your miter joints.
After you glue it up?
Yep, while you glue it up. Leaves a real tiny hole. So, beautiful. These are 3/4 inch pins. It looks like we have a depth adjustment on the magazine itself. Goes from 1/2 inch up to 1 inch. So that's one thing to note with this Banks gun. It will not fire pins longer than 1 inch. One of the cool features though is this magazine, which is front loading, which is interesting. I've never used a front loading pinner before. So it looks fairly straightforward. These are 3/4 inch pins. We're gonna set our depth on our magazine to 3/4. There's a little arrow on the front of the pins. We'll put them in this way so the arrow faces the outside or the workpiece. So that's cool. Pins are in. Slide our magazine cover up. Our depth is set to 3/4. Safety's on while we put the airline on. So let's give it a shot.
Drop some oil.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. Yes. One of the first things you got to do with air tools is put a few drops of oil in its butt. We'll let that kind of soak down into the mechanics of the gun before we fire it up.
Pneumatics of the gun.
The pneumatics? The pneumatics of the gun. Yeah.
It is new. Cool.
Very
All right,
cool.
you're fine.
I'm really interested to see if the tip of this affects the wood or not.
Well, we'll see.
We will see. So I'm going to use some 3/4 inch pine. I already have it mitered, or beveled, I mean. And we'll put some glue in there and try to hit it with some pins. Handy assistant. Can you set the regulator to 90 PSI?
Already did.
Cool.
Yes, read your manual. Do not put 120 PSI because you will blow right through your piece of material.
Yeah. So normally your regulator is how you set the depth on whatever you're shooting in a wood. Brad nailer, framing nailer, whatever. It's usually set with the regulator. So the manual for this pinner says that the maximum air pressure is 100 PSI. Says normal working pressure is 90. So we set the regulator to 90. We should be good to go. We'll give it a shot here. Let me get some glue on these. Cool. So we're taped up. Ready to close.
Sink that pin.
Oh, put some pins in. Ooh. Ooh.
Did it work?
I like that. That looks pretty good so far.
Yeah, and good thing we use foil tape so you can see the indentation. But yeah, very good.
Yeah, that's not bad. So I think we could hone that with some sandpaper and really get that softened up so it doesn't leave marks, but man, it looks pretty good for straight out of the gun.
It's very nice. I like it. Very little. See how, yeah, I put that bad boy right there. It didn't go through or go that much.
So, first impressions, I really like this. It's super inexpensive, and
It was 30 bucks.
Seems fairly high quality. I mean, they're using nylock nuts on some of this. You don't see that in a super China offshore brand. The aluminum is a good touch as well on this magazine. The air nipple that came with it doesn't leak at all. It's in there, nice. This thing's fairly quiet.
Yeah.
What else? It does have a nice grippy handle, and it's pretty small. We have another pinner that we use that's probably 25% larger than this, but like I say, having the front loading magazine is super neat. I like that feature. Makes it a little
safety here at the shack.
Makes it a little easier to load and unload it. Like if you want to switch your pins out, which is a common thing if you're changing the size, normally on a side load, you gotta flip it over and smack it to pop the nails out. With something like this, all you gotta do is pinch and grab, and you can pop them right out.
But so the only drawback is you can only shoot up to 1 inch pin nails.
That's the thing. Yep. So I would, again, our other pinner can shoot up to 1.5 inch nails or pins, rather. And I do like using those on bigger trim work, just so you get a little more bite. But I think for your everyday hobbyist, this is a pretty good pinner. I'd like to, again, to see more than 1 inch, but it is what it is.
I mean, it's $30.
It is $30.
And then you can get a super coupon and get 25% off of it.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
So I'm happy. I think it's a good one.
Keep it,
I'll use it. Worth it.
keep, or return.
Keep or return. Oh, I'm keeping this. This thing's
right.
cool.
Sweet. So Braxton and John give the stamp of approval on the Banks pin nailer from Harbor Freight. Save yourself some money. Get one of those.
And by keeping it, I mean it's getting loaned to the makerspace for anybody to use. That's what
Yes. So you'll be able to use this pin nailer here at the shack when you sign up using this video's coupon code for $20 for your first month. Just message us on Facebook, send an appointment, and we'll reach out to you. Well, you'll come here and we'll talk to you and sign up the paperwork. Awesome.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you next time.
Adios.